Such a long time to figure out because I never thought about it and I always thought I was doing it the right way. But if you are ever working with like an advanced AI workflow, one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was starting out with like looping functions, which was basically like check if this has happened and then this has happened. How would you set this up? Well, naturally, you're going to say, okay, take 5 seconds extra and then check again. Let's just assume that your checker was like going through the entire thing a little bit too fast, right? That's what you would say. You would say, wait 5 seconds, check if the dialog box appears, then decide between those two things. The problem is that sometimes 5 seconds is not enough, and sometimes 5 seconds is a little bit too much. So the way around it that I found was that you basically say check for state. So do not extend time, just check for state, and once you ask it to check for state, it just goes super fast. My loops have become much faster. It is super easy now to just like work with WhatsApp contacts, LinkedIn outreaches, manage leads that are coming in into Google Sheets and stuff like that. So always remember, when you're working with loops, check for state. Ask it to that there will only be two states. For example, if you're working with WhatsApp, either the composer box appears, which is that this message exists, this number exists on WhatsApp. What is the other option? This number does not exist. That's the dialog box that appears, right, when you're using WhatsApp web. So only those two states can appear. So just check individually for those two states rather than asking it to wait for 5 extra seconds and then it will take a screenshot, it will verify. That's just unnecessary. I wasted probably hours.